Hello everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel Programming Knowledge. In today's Microsoft Excel VBA video, we are going to see about the date functions in Microsoft Excel. Now, whenever we are working on Microsoft Excel, the dates function are very important because they help us to keep a track of all the changes done or anything that any new thing we are adding in our Excel or any changes if we are doing, then it is very important to incorporate the date function in it. So in today's video we are going to see the same. First of all, we are going to see the formatting of the date function. How can we actually display the dates using the inbuilt function? Then we are going to see that how using the functions that is the DateAdd function, we can actually manipulate the dates that have been taken. So let's start with our video. We have got a blank Excel sheet and our VBA editor. So in case you are wondering how to get the VBA editor up and running, all you got to do is open up your Excel, and from the Excel sheet you can just go to the developer tab and go to the Visual Basic over here. But if you do not want to do that thing, then you can simply press the shortcut Alt F11 from your keyboard, and then this VBA editor would be in front of you. Then go to the Insert tab to insert a new module, and let's rename it as date, so that okay, so we cannot name it as date because date is a function. That's what I wanted to tell you. So let's just name it as date funcs, that is a shortcut for date functions, so that we are able to identify that what we are going to do with this module. Now once in the module, you can just create a sub procedure. This also needs to be named as date funcs or whatever name you like, except for the dates, because it is a reserved keyword, so you cannot name it. Okay, so the first thing is, how can you actually use the date function? That is, if I'm want to get the current date, the today's date, then how can I get it? So a simple method for it is, you can declare a variable or not, that's totally up to you, and I'm going to take its type as variant. So once you have declared a variable, in the variable you can store the date using DateAdd. This is a date function. Then you can write the parenthesis, and once you write the parenthesis, as soon as you press enter, you can see that the parentheses have gone. That's because that's how it is. Actually, the parenthesis doesn't matter, so you can simply just write date, and then you can just show that date in the form of a message box like this. Now if you just try to run this piece of code, then you get this kind of date, which is today's date, that is 28th of July 2020. Now if the formatting you see, that is month mm/dd/YYYY, that's the formatting that we have got in Microsoft Excel, and you can click on OK. So that's how you can get the date. Now the second thing that you need to know about the date function is, suppose you are entering any date in a normal format, then how can you convert it to the format that Microsoft Excel understands? Okay, so for that purpose, what we are going to do is, let us just declare another variable, that is dim_b as a variant, and in this b I'm going to just store a date. So let us just store a date. B equals to what I'm going to store is a date. Say I want to store 31st December 2020. Okay, so what I would be doing is simply write 31st DEC for December 2020. In this form I have entered the date, and I want it to be converted into the form of 12/31/2020. So for that purpose, what I have to do is actually use a function that is known as CDate. CDate is for convert date, and within the parenthesis we have to give the date. Now this date is going to be in double quotes, so that VB recognizes this as a valid thing, and then you can just simply print the value of B in the form of a message box. When you do that, you will be getting the expected output. And let's just comment out this piece of code. And now if we run it, you get 12/31/2020, which is the formatting that Microsoft Excel understands. So that's how you can convert any format of date into something that MS Excel understands. So that's the CDate function. Now we have another function that is actually known as the DateAdd function. Okay. Now what does this DateAdd function do? As the name suggests, it adds a particular date to the given date. Suppose we have B that is storing the date as 31/12/2020. So you want to add something to it, and now this DateAdd function could be used for this purpose. Now when this DateAdd function is used, it could add the years, it could add the months, it could add the days as well. Okay, so these are the three things that this DateAdd function could add separately. That is, if you want to add some years, then it would be added to the year part. If you wanted to add some months, it would be added to the months part, and so on. So let's see, let's just actually, whatever is the result, we want to display it in the form of a message box. So let's just type the message box first, and then we want to use the DateAdd function. So let's just write this DateAdd function. Now within the parenthesis, you have to specify three things. First of all is interval as a string. Now the interval over here means that what interval you want to specify. That is whether you want to add to years, you want to add to months, or you want to add to days. So first of all, I'm going to show you about the years. So within the double quotes, as it is expecting a string option or a string value, so let's just specify 4 Ys for the year, and this is what is going to be same as it is. That means you cannot specify 2 Ys, you cannot specify a single Y, you have to specify 4 Ys, and then put a comma, and then it expects a number. This number is going to be the number of years to be added to 2020. I want to add 5 years to it. So after this 5, you again put a comma, and then there is this date. So now it expects that to which date you want to add 5 years. So I want to add it to B, and whatever the result is, I want to show it in the form of a message box. So this is what my code is saying. So that's for the year, and let's just write this piece of code again for months and days as well. So I'm just going to copy it and just paste it and paste it. So let's just change. I want to add months. So for months, you have to specify within double quotes M, a single M, and for the days, you have to specify within double quotes a D, single D. So that's for the days, months, and years. I want to add, say, 3 months and 2 days. Okay, so this is what I am expecting the Microsoft Excel to do, and let's see what happens if I try to run it. First of all, I get 31st December 2020, that is through this message box B. Then I get 31st December 2025, which is with this DateAdd function. As you can see, it has added 5 years to 2020 to give up 2025 as the result, and then it has added 3 months to this date, that is 31st March 2021, and as you can see, on adding the month, the year has also changed, so that's why it's given us the output like this. And then again, the days, it has added 2 days, which is 2nd of January 2021. So that's how the DateAdd function works, but that is only for the kind of days. Okay, however, it could also be added to the time as well. So how can you work with it? Let us just paste this only, but you have to make some changes. Now instead of this year, I want to suppose add some hours. Okay, and then it expects me that how many hours I want to add, and the third thing it expects is the value. Now instead of this B, I have to give something that includes time as well, so that it can add the time to it. So what I'm going to do is just write 31st December 2020, and let's specify a time, that is 12:00:00. So that's the format of specifying the time, hours, minutes, and seconds, and that would add some hours, and let's just copy and do for minutes and seconds as well. Okay, now one thing that you must note, that instead of minutes, instead of M, we are specifying the letter N. That's because M is already taken for months, and for seconds, that's a single S. and that's how it will do. Let's just comment out this all piece of code so that we are only going to see the output for the time. And now if we run it, so the first thing is we get is 5 p.m. that is adding 5 hours to 12. Then we get 12:05 p.m. that is adding 5 minutes to 12. And the third thing, we get the same date and 5 seconds. That means adding 5 seconds to the given interval of time. So that's how you can add the time using the DateAdd function as well. But one thing you must remember, that whatever value you are using over here must have the time to be added to the time. Okay, so that's all for the video. Thanks for watching.